So starting a business is like making a cocktail. The first thing one has to do is to decide on what drink he or she wants.
The idea came about when we were studying together with our OG. We started making smoothies and we were thinking about selling them. We then expanded the idea to include a bar in the same place we sold the smoothies. So why After8? Well, we were all talking about what fifth row we were going to start up or join at that time, and we stay at 6 degrees. We decided to call our smoothie shack 7th Heaven, and so our bar would be called After8. We ditched 7th Heaven in the end because the shakes weren't going to be affordable to students and we weren't going to compromise on our drink standards.
But making the decision alone doesn't get you a drink. You have to know the various elements that constitute a cocktail, and you have to reach out to get them.
We approached Inden and took their advice of testing the idea by setting up events. We were unwilling to compromise on the quality of our experience by selling the drinks in plastic cups, so we spent a lot of time acquiring all the equipment we'd need.
So we had our first major setback. We received a letter from the police force saying that our application for a temporary liquor license was unsuccessful, and we were told that we will not be allowed to sell liquor at the event. We panicked and started to wonder if anybody would still come for our event, and so we decided to drop the prices of all the tickets to keep our audience. We knew then that our event would not earn us enough revenue to cover our cost, but we decided to go ahead with it anyway.
Around then, we started attending Start Something, which then invited us to join as a team. The first event that we went for because of Start Something was a startup weekend, and it was then that we were forced to develop our ideas. The elevator pictures and presentations slowly forced us to make changes to our idea, and that was when the idea of a collaborative bar truly crystallized. One time we sat down to draw out our concepts of the bar so that we would all know what each other had in mind. We also started to plan our second event around our new idea as well as the feedback that we got from our first event.
Our second event was to be bigger than our first. In order to demonstrate our passion for collaboration, we teamed up with as many other school groups as we could. We teamed up with the school's brewery club and another startup called 50S and provided free beer and food from them. We also looked for bands of a different nature from the first and found a student who played in a metal band and invited them to play at our event. We also made a disco ball for the after party and got our liquor license, of course. Then we went about marketing our event. We made a huge martini glass which people could throw recyclable drinks into. The idea was to let Green Print handle the actual sorting. We had lecturers market our event. We had a booth at the 5th row pitching session and also put posters around again. However, our ticket sales were slow, and we realized that we needed to get the numbers or we lose not just our money but our reputation too. And since reputation was quite important for our work, we tried not to mess it up. We pushed for various student groups, staff and faculty to come, but it became apparent that we were fighting a losing battle. Back on our side, we realized that we really needed a miracle to cover our cost.
The event had a turnout of a third of our projected number, costing us more than $300, bringing our total loss to $2,000. It was the first taste of failure we had.
Judging from our first event, we thought we could get more people for our second event, but then it kind of failed, and the failure session helped me to get over it, cause it's okay to fail.
I gave myself low expectations, like expecting a lower turnout.
I needed a while to recover from the results of this event by telling myself that it was a good lesson.
I thought getting the license was good pull, but the increase in price undermined what we were offering. I guess it helped us refresh, because now we know what to look out for and what we need to do.
All we learned from Failure Week had become a reality for us. One thing we learned was that failure was applicable to us as well. We now have a much better idea of what it takes to do this, and we are under the process of replanning. We are a pretty big group with great chemistry and diversity, and we are playing it to our advantage. Here in After8, we like to say that we are a team which doesn't understand what a limit is.
A whole new After8 awaits.